And welcome back to the TheCadapatpodcast EP8 Wrestling Edition. Here with my co-host Mario.
Yo.
And our special guest returning, Omar.
Nani?
And the one, the only, Houston the Bi-Curious Man.
I have 7 weeks to live. I'm a Make-A-Wish child. It's okay, you'll meet Chris Benoit one day.
Okay, guys, so just like the name of the episode, wrestling. Childhood, triumphs, fears, tears,
Jeers.
jeers.
The dreams.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to become a man as a child?
What you wanted to do. In reality, the first thing you wanted to do in life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Before you picked anything else, is you wanted to
Be a
be
spy.
wrestling.
I mean, it's
Huh?
true.
You wanted to be a wrestler.
Wear a singlet.
Not as much that far, but more or less that's the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, we're just gonna get straight into the meat of this. But I'm gonna hand over the reins to you, Mario.
Alrighty, so as you guys know, I know nothing about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to ask questions
Which is great because he's our co-host.
exactly, and give a little bit input of things that I might know.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm gonna start off plain simple. Top 5 personal favorite, not goats. Just your personal top 5 favorite. And since your first time being on here, Houston,
Oh, no.
I'll start you off.
Okay. So I got my list here ready that you helped me bring up. So, right off the bat, I got my top 5. Shawn Michaels. Loved him all time. He has a great charisma and everything. He's really good, and I love that he does the super kick, sweet chin music.
That's your all-time favorite wrestler?
5th on
Okay.
the list.
You're going from 5 to
5-1.
5-1, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. And the rest are actually recent wrestlers. If you guys know NXT, they're mostly from NXT.
Mm.
So yeah, okay. Number 4, Matt Riddle. Love him. He has a charisma too. He has a cool entrance music. I'm sad that he's moving to SmackDown right now because he's moving to SmackDown as of yesterday. Because he could have done a lot more in NXT.
What is NXT?
NXT is a different subdivision that, it's pretty much a separate promotion, but it's also owned by WWE.
Developmental territory.
It's like minor league,
Yeah.
kind of like G League, like in basketball.
Yeah, kind of think about it like in that, but just like it's more so catered to like they couldn't make it in the U.S. pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. They have their own championships there too, like top card, mid card, tag team, women's. But I think of it as the best brand in WWE right now.
In terms of wrestling, yeah. Of actual wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they especially
Like Lucha Libre type thing? Or?
that's more like 205 Live.
Yeah, you just got to think it's more of skill-based wrestling, more technical-based, rather than just the
Like the
The
storylines and
theater.
things like that.
Yeah,
Ooh, some
There's
exciting.
It's where they want to. It's where they want to go. Like, because going to the main roster is a death sentence now.
Yeah.
Your career goes nowhere if you go to the main roster now.
For real?
For real.
Yeah. Storylines are that bad.
it's hard.
Kind of pushing the same people over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena? 20 straight years?
Can only
Roman.
John Cena, Brock Lesnar.
Fuck, I forgot about Brock.
Roman.
Roman.
They're just
Seth.
Kevin
Seth
Owens.
Rollins?
Kevin Owens
Rollins?
used more.
What's his name?
Rollins.
He
Seth
is
Rollins.
used more, right?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Recently, because of his feud
Yeah.
with,
He'll be kind of up and down, but for the most part, it's usually the same people are,
So, like, let's say it's like a 20-man roster. It's the
Mhm.
same 20?
Nah, if it's a 20-man roster, it's the same 5.
Damn.
And the rest will
that's
just job to them. They're called jobbers. Yeah.
Usually just
Yeah.
easy wins.
Cannon
usually.
fodder. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Matt Riddle's number 4. Number 3 is Tommaso Ciampa. Love his gimmick. He was like the best bad guy of like 2018, 2019.
So he's recent.
Yeah, recent.
Okay.
Yeah. He was famously part of a tag team DIY with Johnny Gargano, and then he turned heel by attacking Johnny, and then everyone hated him, like to the point where like he would just walk out to the ring, no entrance music, just lots of boos. But then he turned that character to turn into the best bad guy the entire like WWE has seen like for a long time. And that's why I loved him. So yeah. Number 2, Velveteen Dream. Like, do you guys know Velveteen Dream?
I do not.
Yeah,
He's all like
no, I
new.
Let me
yeah.
let me go ahead and say like right now.
Yeah.
I feel as though Justin is definitely going to have more to do with the newer stuff because I'm out of the loop on that.
Yeah.
I poke in here and there just to see like what the storylines are or where it's
Pat,
at now.
Pat is much more adept though than anybody here at the Attitude Era.
Hi. My favorite era, the era I grew up in.
It changed.
And I grew up with the Ruthless Aggression Era, which was right after Pat's era.
So we're all different generations.
Same age.
I know, but I didn't start watching wrestling till later.
Yeah.
And I watched from the SmackDown angle. So when you saw Raw going to shit during the Ruthless Aggression Era, I saw SmackDown rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
SmackDown was always better than Raw.
Not during the
Not
during the Attitude Era.
Oh, yeah, no, not definitely.
Raw was the best Attitude Era?
Yeah. Then Ruthless Aggression, SmackDown took off.
I should probably mention, I got back into WWE like 2010 after getting off it in 2002.
Okay, yeah, so you missed that pretty much the whole Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, I do remember the last match I saw, and it was Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam for the ladder match for the Intercontinental European Merge Championship.
God, that sounds like a good card.
That sounds like a great fucking card.
That is bad.
And the funny thing is, that was probably a mid-tier match. Dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't even...
In those days,
That was a good match.
But that'd be a main event right now.
Hell yeah, that's a great match all day long. You know, those are two good showmen and a quality match.
Yeah, both future world champions, but we didn't know that at that point. So yeah.
Is it mainly just because it's just not that good anymore?
It's just the talent was just so, like...
There's so much people at the time that...
There was so much great talent that in any other era, a lot of those people in the mid-cards would be the man now. Just in terms of that's how much talent there was.
Yeah, wasted potential sometimes.
Alright, so that was your number 3 or 2?
Number 2 was Velveteen Dream.
Okay, that was number 2.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Rick Rude of now. He actually has that like Rick Rude type gimmick, but like he's more like Prince, the singer, you know? Yeah, he bleeds like charisma. He is so good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely a future world champion on my part, but like, unfortunately, he was actually scheduled to win the world championship recently, but in the same week, there was a controversy thing of like how, he sent nude pictures to like a younger lady, and that stopped him from winning the world champion, so they still don't know what to do with him.
I like how NXT
She said she was 18.
18. Yeah. And number 1, Bray Wyatt. Love him. The next Undertaker, or the first Bray Wyatt. Love that gimmick. I've loved him even before he had the Fiend gimmick. Love the Cole Woods leader type thing because he had like...
I like his entrance music.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah, what's it called?
What's his time though? Like
what?
Like when was he big?
He's going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, right now.
Yeah,
Oh.
He's pretty good. I like him too.
Yeah, he started out as Husky Harris in NXT. And then he didn't go anywhere with that because he was with the Nexus and they got kicked off TV. Went back to NXT to become Bray Wyatt. Developed a Colt Woods leader gimmick, and that's when I started loving him.
Yeah.
Oh, does that have to do with the pig mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The sheep
walks
mask.
in with the lantern.
Yeah.
It's called.
Now a head.
No.
The head
His
lantern.
head now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
He's good.
he has a Mr. Rogers type gimmick, but then his other side is the Fiend, where he has that really scary mask team. So yeah, that's my favorite wrestler right now. Those are my top 5. I talk too much. Who's next? Brock Lesnar. Who's next?
It's up to Europe next, Pat.
Let's go with you, Pat.
What
What
your
your top
Goldberg?
favorite?
Huh?
Isn't that Goldberg?
Fuck, you're right.
Who's next?
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure that's Goldberg.
Oldberg now.
Oldberg now.
Bro, you gotta
Is
talk
it my
about
turn or is it your
Yeah,
turn?
it's your turn,
It's your
Pat.
turn.
All right.
What's your top 5 personal?
My favorite personal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know this one.
I'll start from the bottom. We already know who's number 1.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So start with the bottom. Triple H
Triple H?
as in my favorite, purely because
Yeah.
this guy, he mastered being a heel.
Mhm.
Mastered it to perfection in terms of
Pretty good.
being able to deliver as a heel, to carry the company as a heel, and develop future talent as a heel. A little bit of a bias to it is I just watched the Ruthless Aggression documentary, so it gave me more insight on like the whole Evolution era and his mindset going into creating that faction.
Evolution, yeah.
Next would be Shawn Michaels. In terms of just delivering. Guys just night in, night basis. This guy just delivers in his sleep. Always has a good match with
Were they the ones that were in a team together?
Yes.
DX.
They're Degeneration X. First time. Like the
But
Attitude
they,
Era version.
yeah, and they were friends for a while though too.
Yeah.
So,
Click.
Yeah, the Click.
And then Edge. Really liked Edge.
Edge? What?
I really liked Edge, especially like going towards later on in his career when they started giving him that push. I like
2004?
later, like 2008, 90s, 2006, when he got that chance at New Year's Revolution. That's when you stopped watching.
with the Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he cashed in from when he wanted at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah.
After John Cena won the Hell in a Cell. Elimination Chamber.
I'm gonna pause you here before you list your final three. All right. So, what year did you stop watching wrestling?
I watched from about 99, 2000 to 2011, 2012, and then I would be on and off just to watch who Undertaker was wrestling.
Okay, and you, Omar?
I started watching. I remember exactly when I started watching. It was I believe late 2003, around November of 2003, around like October, and then
So Survivor Series around there.
Exactly at Survivor Series.
Wow.
A bit before, actually, yeah, like a few SmackDowns and a few Raws before Survivor Series of that year. And then I watched all the way until, well, not even all the way. I watched SmackDown pretty consecutively, but I watched Raw off and on until about 2007, because I remember seeing the segment where Vince McMahon, quote unquote, died in the limousine explosion. I remember seeing that, and then I also remember hearing the news, and then him backtracking like, "Oh no, I didn't really die.
Benoit died.
Benoit died."
Bad timing.
Chris
Really
Benoit?
bad timing.
Yeah, really bad timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on and off since 2013.
And then you said Houston. When did you start?
So like late 90s, because my sisters got me into it, and now they don't even like it anymore. So yeah, late 90s to 2002, I believe, when that match happened. And then, yeah, I started again in 2010, right around the time, because I remember the exact SmackDown I watched it. I watched it with Eric, and it was when Alberto Del Rio was starting to debut.
It was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, and then Cody Rhodes was a big thing too. Mid Carter.
I will say he's about Mid Carter.
Not
He's definitely way out. He's the guy's the man now. In
Oh,
AEW.
yeah.
Love him.
It's a great promotion they're doing. And they're kind of going the WCW route by taking in older stars, but they're using them correctly. They're using them to build newer stars.
Yeah,
Which is the way to go.
They got Taz, Jake the Snake Roberts,
Taz. I remember Taz.
Taz is the best color commentator out there.
Human Submission Machine.
All right, now finish up the remaining three.
The remaining three.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Edge,
Yeah.
obviously.
Adam Copeland, yeah.
Or your remaining two.
Our remaining two.
Mm.
Alright. The Undertaker.
He's 3?
He's 2.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
You might be upset at my next list.
The Undertaker, in terms of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
These are my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best gimmick ever.
Yeah.
Longevity. Changed with the times. Locker room leader. In terms of, like, if he's one of those, if you told me that's the GOAT, I'm not arguing with you. Guy's legit. Resume speaks for itself.
American Badass.
And I just fucking love him because it's the mystique of him. No matter when I was little watching him, when I was fucking terrified of him. Yeah, guy was just, like any era, regardless. All-time favorite, obviously, Stone Cold Steve Austin. My Hulk
Glass
Hogan.
shatter.
My Hulk Hogan. My John Cena. That's my hero that I watched growing up. He was like, when something bad was happening, like, Stone Cold's gonna come out, and he always came out every single time.
And he always saved the day.
He always no, he didn't necessarily save the day. He just came in, he raised hell, and he left.
This is why Pat insists on wearing jean shorts to this day.
Yeah, a couple Steve Weisers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw you guys were drinking those. Yeah.
Those were good, actually.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
Broken
Definitely a good beer. So that's my all-time favorite right there.
All right. Now, Omar, let's get to your top.
All right.
Personal.
My top personal. Well, for number 5, honestly, you guys are gonna. I don't know if you guys are gonna like him. I like him because he's very relatable. He has a very similar background to most people that we know.
I know who it is.
It's Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rey Mysterio.
Nice.
Rey Mysterio. Very relatable to us culturally, but the man is fucking absolutely phenomenal with his acrobatics.
Yeah, that's true.
He is one of the only people that's gotten praise from CM Punk for like actually being a legitimate wrestler in the WWE and getting to where he is on Raw skills.
He does shit on high flyers, so that's a good
He
compliment.
opened the door for them. Yeah.
Didn't he kill a guy recently?
He killed El Hijo del Perro Aguayo.
There, yeah, on accident.
Yeah, it was a standard drop kick. He wasn't even botched or anything. It was just he hit him just in the right perfect corner.
Was the next step?
No,
No,
he just like I believe something along the lines like a brain aneurysm.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, him and Suicide were like set up on the rope for it then, and then Rey Mysterio hit his 619, and it was about to hit them both, but then it went under Suicide. Suicide was like, "You okay?"
Yeah. That. I mean, it happened. It happened in the ring. His family knew it was like a possibility. I mean, everybody that gets into that business knows that shit's a possibility.
Getting hit wrong and then.
Yeah.
All right. Who's number 4?
Number 4 for me. Pat.
I am number 4.
Pat is not number 4. Pat.
It's Uncle.
I'll be honest with you guys. I have. This next wrestler is the guy that I love to hate. It's Kurt Angle.
Ooh,
Okay.
That's interesting. I
I'll
was
take that.
thinking of that. Why?
Kurt Angle was there from beginning to end of the Ruthless Aggression era. That's
Yeah.
that was the biggest thing. Watching him go every single match he ever had with Brock Lesnar, great match.
Oh yeah.
He had matches where he was always great during every single one of those feuds. He was up against Chris Benoit, great feud. Up against Eddie Guerrero, great feud. Ended up well. He even did like a few segments where he became general manager for a while, then went back to wrestling. That being said, that still isn't even. That's like the later half of his WWE career. If you go back to all the Attitude Era shit that he used to do,
Funny as fuck.
funny as fuck, and not just funny, crazy as fuck. Some of those matches that he did with fucking what's his name, Shane McMahon.
Oh my god, King of the Ring.
Yeah. When they botched the throw,
Yeah,
Oh shit.
great fucking match.
and Shane the man just kept saying, "Throw me again.
Yeah,
Throw me again."
throw me again.
His neck. Ugh.
What happened to Shane?
Shane.
He left.
He got addicted to painkillers for a while, so he stopped wrestling.
What?
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
Vince's son, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Vince's son.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Jeez.
Sounds that lines up though, because he did leave for a while, so that does line up.
That's because he was a CEO of like a Chinese company, like a Chinese TV company.
They probably did that, I guess.
Like publicity.
Yeah, the
Like, so it
publicity
won't-
thing.
Negative publicity, so it won't be.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, come on, the guy's got tons of money.
Yeah.
But
Here comes the money.
that one, I mean, I feel like he's a really good wrestler and he's earned it. I mean, he never had a problem being heel at all, and he was always really explosive, really fun to watch. If you saw him hyped up, he was great. Number 3, Pat. Pat.
Let me hear the
Yeah.
sound three. I'm number 3. Okay.
No,
Who knew on his list?
you're not even on my list.
He
man.
Wow.
Top 100.
Damn,
My
man.
backyard wrestling days were amazing.
Chris Benoit.
Okay.
Chris Benoit is my number 3.
I respect that.
Great technical wrestler. Absolutely great. The man literally gave up everything for his craft.
Literally.
Literally.
He was dedicated.
Poor guy. But his matches were just great. And you could tell he never fucking oversold. Everything he sold was complete. I remember seeing a few of like watching his stuff on WWE Network now. It makes me go like, "Oh, yeah, that's definitely CTE." Seen like a few matches where he just dives out of the ring and just hits the stands head
Head
first.
first.
At first.
It's scary.
Yeah, he did not give a fuck.
The way he walked, it looked like his neck was always broken.
Yeah.
He always walked.
Just
Like think of like that Batman. Which Batman is it? Where it's just it's not a movable neck. It's just the top. Is that the Van Killer one?
Dark Knight
Batman.
Returns,
No, that's Batman Begins.
Oh shit.
There was another one too in the 90s. No. It was like
That
too?
one.
That's Van
that's,
Kilmer's. No.
Yeah.
The one after Keaton.
Oh, it's
Batman and Robin, though.
no, that's
That's Batman Beyond.
That's George Clooney.
No, Batman Beyond's the one to read.
Batman Beyond is the TV show. I know which one you're thinking of.
You know what I'm talking about. I just forgot what it is.
Forever is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that one or not. Might be that one, but
Batman Returns. Yeah, it is Batman Returns.
Anyways, number 2.
Number 2.
This one's Pat. Stone Cold.
okay.
Stone Cold. He's always great. Always. If he fucking comes up for a match, like literally, my favorite WrestleMania 20, which I know it's not a lot of people's favorite, but it was my favorite.
Transitional area.
Yeah. They had no business setting up Brock Lesnar and Goldberg to fight. So what did they do to save the match? They threw in fucking Stone Cold as a guest referee, and he saved the fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been that bad?
It was literally that bad. They weren't gonna do anything.
They were both on their way out, and everyone knew it because at that time, like stuff being leaked out on the internet was just starting out, and it got leaked out on the internet that they were both leaving.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last match.
That was their last match in the company for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Till they both came back eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And fought each other again.
Money talks.
Damn.
Money does talk.
Yeah.
They officially retired, and then he came back.
No.
He got signed
Goldberg
somewhere
retired. Brock tried to do football again. It didn't work. He wasn't.
Then he went to UFC.
Then he went to UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came back.
Then he came back.
2012.
Guy's a legit athlete, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Legit athlete.
Alright,
Like-
you guys think he did steroids?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
That's what
Yeah,
he's
it's
saying.
Most people
Yeah,
in WWE do steroids.
Yeah. And
That being said, even if we did steroids, we'd never look like that.
No.
Never.
That's a whole
He
world.
roided it the right way.
It's a combination of
It's
Being an
not just
athlete,
roiding, it's fucking dedication.
dedication.
You gotta eat right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is even more crazy when they're on the road fucking like 3/4 of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're only home for like 60 nights, I believe it was.
They can
I forgot
fly
how much
home
it
if
is.
they want to.
Damn.
Huh?
They fly home if they want
They
to.
don't
Yeah,
have
but
that
think
money.
yeah,
but
that
most
money.
of the time they're traveling.
Yeah.
If they go home, it's only for 2 nights.
Like,
and they're on
imagine
the
they
road
live in
again.
California, but they're flying to like
Yeah,
Minnesota or
they
something.
go all over the
I'm not
United
gonna want to
States.
do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's how Brock was. Brock is now. Doesn't really like to travel that much.
Mm-hmm.
So he only shows up for like the main events.
Legit.
Like, pay-per-view.
Legit, yeah.
He hasn't had an episode like fight ever.
And he's still a champion, isn't he? Or
No,
he drop it?
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
Personally gave it up, or
Nah, he dropped.
Drop it means like you give it to like you lose to the next guy more or
Drew
less.
McIntyre has it right now.
And they'll kind of carry it for a while and then so forth.
so they have a match and they relinquish it, or they're just like
They have a match and like it's like a behind the scenes kind of. It's a term used to like. So say if like
Next successor.
the next successor. That's what they when you have the title, more or less you're looked at as the man because
Mhm.
you're holding the title. So the term drop the title, meaning if I'm an established star and I'm putting Omar over,
Mhm.
I'm dropping the title to him because I'm establishing since he beat me clean, he's the man now, kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When you beat clean, that's when you can come out as a baby face.
Yeah,
What's a baby face?
hero,
Good
Good
guy.
guy.
Yeah, good guy. The guy that isn't getting booed at, the
Mhm.
guy that's
So like
I mean,
Dwayne the
not
Johnson
necessary.
Rock.
Faces get booed at too. Look at Roman.
Yeah, faces,
uh,
organic faces.
Yeah.
So
Or what's faces then?
Faces is just good guy.
good guy.
Baby face is like super good guy.
a heel
they're
is
clean.
the bad guy.
Okay, and what's the baby face of heel? Heel?
Well, you're thinking of like an anti-hero, like a
Tweeners.
like a tweener, like how Austin was during the Attitude Era. The Rock,
Taker has always been just like
in the middle.
yeah. I mean, I believe that I was watching, like I said, I've been watching a lot of old school WWE, and they really summed it up right on an episode of SmackDown. They're like, it seems as though Undertaker is the consciousness of SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
where like he's not really on the good side, but if somebody steps out of line, he's always there to put them in their place.
Yeah.
So there's certain characters like that, which brings me to my number one, Undertaker. Undertaker is my number one. I was hooked on Undertaker the first night that I saw him wrestle. And I picked a great night to start watching wrestling. That night, Undertaker beat Big Show and
That's
Brock
amazing.
Lesnar in the handicap match. 2 out of 3 fall. No disqualification.
So him versus them two?
Yeah.
Oh, was it the one where Nathan Jones was supposed to be his partner?
No.
Oh, wrong one.
You're thinking of, I think it's
A-Train too, right?
and
Yeah.
Big Show. I'm thinking you're thinking of that match. Is it WrestleMania 19?
Yeah.
'Cause I think I
No, it
remember
wasn't WrestleMania 19.
He still won that match.
No. So this was when Paul Heyman became manager in late
Okay.
2003.
There you go, yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Now
It was his first night as manager, as GM,
Mhm.
and the whole time they had a storyline where Undertaker was going to become champ again,
Mhm.
but he got screwed over by Vince.
This is American Badass, I think,
Yeah,
right?
American Badass
Or
Undertaker.
Big Evil, if you want to be
Yeah,
specific.
Big Evil Undertaker. Anyways, so the match starts. Undertaker gets them both cleanly. He knocks out I think he manages to pin one of them.
Mhm.
Oh no, actually, he gets both of them out very cleverly. He throws them both over the guardrail and just goes back in the ring. 10 count wins first fall like that.
Good one.
Secondly, that's when Paul Heyman comes out. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, forgot to mention, it's 2 out of 3 falls, no disqualifications." So after this, Undertaker goes back out, and then he gets he got like a chair to the face, I believe, and he rolls out. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not dealing with this shit." Goes back over to his motorcycle, busts out his chain, his biker chain. Proceeds to knock the shit out of Lesnar and Big Show, and still win that match for the match of his choice. And I will never forget what he did. So Vince McMahon comes down and he's like, at this point they ambushed Undertaker when he won the match already. So he's like beaten down.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince McMahon's like, all right, who do you want? All right, who do you want to challenge for the championship? Go ahead. No matter what happens, you're not going to be champ because I'm going to screw you over. And he's like, it's okay, Vince. I don't want to fight for the championship. He's like, what kind of match do you want then? He's like, I want a buried alive match. He's like, okay. He's like, yeah, but the opponent's going to be you.
I remember that.
The main guy?
I'm the main guy.
Damn.
And just that aspect alone got me hooked on The Undertaker.
Was
And
it
then-
all like predetermined, or he just said it like?
Oh yeah, it was a storyline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the storyline completely.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even end up winning that match.
Oh.
He got betrayed by his brother,
Kane.
Damn.
Kane.
So they were brothers.
They weren't brothers.
No.
No, they're not brothers.
Mark Calloway, Glenn Jacobs, no.
They're not brothers. Not related.
Mark Calloway.
It's just
From
when you were
Texas,
young,
The
you fucking
Undertaker.
believed that. Like, you believed that shit.
Yeah, I thought they were brothers the whole time.
You always believed that shit.
Bro, mean Mark
Yeah.
Calloway.
Mean Mark Calloway is from Texas, except for when he's in Death Valley.
Paul Heyman used to be his manager too in WCW.
Yeah, he was. That's where they got hooked on each other. That's why they all run deep.
Mhm.
Paul Heyman runs with Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar also runs with The Undertaker because of that.
Mm-hmm.
They go way back.
All right.
Those are my top 5.
That's your guys' top 5
His favorites.
Yeah.
personal favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Mine, since I don't know anything about wrestling, I'll tell you quickly mine. Number 1,
Yeah.
Matt Hardy.
That could be viable nowadays.
Number 2,
Delete.
The Rock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Number 3, Stone Cold.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't know that much wrestlers, so I'm kind of stuck to say if I liked them.
Say a random name.
Just say what they were doing, and maybe we can pick out who they were.
The Alpinist.
No, I didn't like Valpenis. What's it called? I think I'm gonna go Chris Benoit too.
Okay.
It's gonna be number 4.
Mhm.
And number 5. You all ready? You ready? Hulk Hogan.
He did a lot for the sport.
Yeah.
Too much sushi.
Okay, so that's me not knowing anything. That's my personal.
It's not a bad list.
So now I'll go with who's the top 5, in your opinion, Houston, greatest wrestlers of all time.
Oh fuck, they're all WWE. Okay, so number 5 for me, going down, is The Rock. Like, he's definitely done a lot for the company. He, like, definitely a big part of the Attitude Era. A lot of people, he was like how Roman is. Like, a lot of people hated him when he started out, you know? And then he joined Nation of Domination, became a big star, and then redeveloped his character. Everyone loved him from there. But yeah, Rock is really good. He came back recently, like, mid 2010s, right?
When he came back initially?
Yeah, to
2011.
Oh yeah, and then he hosted WrestleMania, fought John Cena a bunch, became WWE Championship again. Yeah.
Introduced the new belt. It's used today.
And then yeah, so yeah, that's what he did. But he did a lot for the company too, you know, like for that era and stuff. Next to that, 4th place would be Stone Cold. Same big difference too. Did a lot for the company, became the general manager and things like that. Sorry, and all that. I'm leaving it.
This list already pisses me off. Stone Cold that fucking low.
It's my list, my Pat.
It's not your list. It's what you consider the GOATs, and you have Stone Cold so fucking low.
I know I do. John Cena's 3rd. John Cena's done like so many things for the company. Like, he's become the face of the company. He's like did a lot for Make-A-Wish, like most things.
He's been a man for like years.
Yeah, he's been face of the company.
Not because he was that good.
Yeah.
Only because they had no other choice.
I mean, he made a rapper gimmick and it shut off. Number 2 is Undertaker, because of, you know, I keep repeating the same words about everything he did for the company, blah blah blah, all that. Good wrestler too. I gotta give number 1 to Triple H though, mostly because of NXT. He turned NXT into a ground for wrestlers to make a big career off everything, and just he does so much for the company. I mean, essentially he married into like the business of just like he married Stephanie and that like helped him launch a business, but then, you know, he's a great wrestler, did a lot, and then NXT. That's my list. I'm not good at this.
He is the game, so I'll give you that.
He changed the game. So yeah.
So I guess
I feel like all those, without knowing anything, are all good names, no?
yeah, they're just in the wrong order.
They really
To
are.
you.
No, they're in the wrong order.
Triple H, I believe he's done a lot for
But-
the newer generation.
But
And he did a lot even during the
You're going
the
first.
bad times.
Because I'm going to break this fucking thing down right now.
Look,
All right,
Triple
Omar,
H,
you-
Triple H is good, but if I were to put him in my top 5, he'd be at number 5.
If he's in your top 5.
Yeah,
so you start.
All right, what's your top 5?
Yes.
my top
Who you think
5.
are the greatest of all time?
See,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with something similar to Triple H, in my opinion,
Okay.
because Triple H to me is an iconic heel, great heel all around. But if I'm gonna go with best heel of all time, I'm going Ric Flair.
That's fair.
That's
I know
a
Ric
solid
Flair.
answer.
Now, normal Ric Flair or coked up Ric Flair?
Wasn't he always cooked?
There you go. That's why.
Yeah.
Ric Flair is my number 5 because of that. He's fucking perfect. He's shown that you can actually mature with and age finally with the newer generation.
Mhm.
He really did it. He stuck with it. I mean, you literally have people like Triple H that can be contenders for a top spot that looked up to him and based like a lot of their aspects on him.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. Right?
That's number 5.
Number 4.
Number 4 for me? Not even for me.
No,
This
number
is
4 all
the
time.
All time.
This is all time,
Yeah.
not being biased.
I'm gonna give it to Mick Foley.
Okay.
Mick
Yeah.
Foley,
3 Faces of Foley.
he's got 3 faces.
What are they?
He's got more than 3 faces. He's got 4 technically.
4.
Technically
Technically 4.
3, 4, 6. Oh.
We got Cactus Jack.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mankind. We got Dude Love. And we got Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's some GOAT status, no?
You know,
His fucking list is wrong too.
you know,
He's GOAT
Yeah.
of hardcore.
Mhm.
That is what he is GOAT of.
I mean, there's a whole like there's a whole other bunch of hardcore wrestlers you could probably. I'll give you that, I guess. In terms of WWE, I'm sure other people would argue other things.
No, I mean, if you're gonna go
they would throw in
somewhere,
a Tommy Dreamer, a
I mean,
Sabu.
if I were gonna go
Sandman.
outside of WWE, I'd go with
Sandman.
freaking what's his name,
New Jack.
New Jack. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, New
see.
Jack. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So there you go. Fucking
This is WWE slash.
so
Cad.
yeah, I'll give you the
This
Victoria
is
number.
what this list is.
Do you remember when he entered the Royal Rumble 3 times?
Yes. I remembered when he had. I also remember when he fell 30 feet off of the Hell in a Cell onto an announcement table.
By God, he's dead.
Pretty sure it's 16, but we'll go with 30 just for the.
Just for the.
WWE
Want to climb it?
standards. I'm pretty sure it's 16 though.
That's still 16 feet.
Yeah, that's still 60 feet off of it, but still,
Mm-hmm.
it's 30. Fuck it, Vince would be proud if we say 30.
He put his body on the line and made his kids cry.
Okay. Think
All
you're
right,
wrong, but
that
okay.
one leads me to my number 3.
Mhm.
Number 3 for all time is actually Undertaker.
Okay.
You see, Undertaker carried the business for a while too.
Mhm.
Him, a lot of those people before the Attitude Era really kicked off, were really. That's when WWF was struggling its most.
The new generation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I mean Undertaker, he was always there. Crazy ass matches. I mean, think about how many people probably just loved Undertaker for just throwing Mankind off of there.
Yeah.
Was Mankind evil or what?
No,
No.
like it's just a freaking crazy ass stunt.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck? Like, you
Yeah.
don't expect it?
No, I don't expect to see a man just fall off of a Hell in a Cell,
Nope.
Wasn't that the time Undertaker?
especially not a 300-pound.
Was that the time Undertaker was part of the corporate ministry? At that time?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Oh shit, my
Mm-mm.
bad.
That match he wrestled against Mankind in the Hell in a Cell match.
Mm.
His foot was broken.
Oh.
Wrestled that match with a broken foot.
Like
Undertaker?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He taped that bitch, threw the boots on, and went out there.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because he dropped from the cell, like he hung from the cell and dropped into the ring, and he lands on his feet, and you can see him stumble because he landed on his broken foot.
That's right. Because he also slammed
Mhm.
him through the roof too. That's
Mhm.
right.
And it wasn't supposed to break through.
It was not.
And
Was it too heavy?
Mankind was too heavy. And he broke the door. And the funny thing is, like, because Undertaker said in his documentary, he's like, if I didn't take that step back that I took, he's like, we both would have went through that cell
Mm-hmm.
because he took a step back to throw him to choke someone in that cell on the top.
We should watch that match together sometime.
So if they fell, they would have both died?
I wouldn't say they both died. They both
They
got
were
hurt.
massively injured.
And the part is when he chokeslammed him through the doorway on the top, the chair was like kind of right next to him. So when the cell broke through, the chair hit McFoley in the mouth, which is why when they show his face in the camera, the tooth lodged in his nose.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I believe it went through his lip and came out from where his nose is nostril is.
McFoley has a lot of injuries on him.
So, I mean, I would know I'd put him in GOAT status, but
Number 3,
I mean,
Undertaker?
that one's not even the one where it's his worst injury either.
no.
I mean, he almost freaking decapitated himself in the match.
He got stuck in the ropes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
Oh, yeah.
ropes were not
And
the
it took a
regular.
chunk of his ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who was he
Yeah.
playing as? Though?
I
Cactus, I believe.
No, I'm
Or
pretty sure it was Mankind.
Yeah, because he's wearing the brown.
think. Yeah.
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 But yeah, the ropes. I believe there were some other kind of ropes. They weren't the regular ones that they used. And he was gonna do a maneuver where he just gets hung up on the ropes, but those ropes were actually like closing down with like enough force to actually decapitate someone.
Damn.
So he barely managed to like scrape by and get out of there.
It took a chunk of his ear.
Took a chunk of his ear off.
Yeah. He shows his hair in some videos. It's just a hole.
Okay. My number 2. You know, this guy, he isn't really skilled, but to be fair, he really did bring life into... If it weren't for this guy, we wouldn't have WWE. That's Hulk Hogan.
That's alright. Save your list.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say like Spike Dudley or something.
Gilbert.
Oh my
Hulk
God.
Hogan, he was everywhere back in the day, dude.
Mhm.
Literally he was The Rock before The Rock was a thing.
Mhm.
Damn.
Made it into movies, made it onto TV. Huge ass personality back in the day, just for that. I personally don't like him because he refused to put anybody over.
Unless you were big.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He didn't want to put Bret Hart over.
Did he deserve it?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Bret Hart was going to lead the new generation.
Yeah. And
But Hogan was just like, nah, I'll drop it to Yokozuna.
Yeah.
you know who they tried to make the new Hulk Hogan though?
Sunday.
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
The Luger Express.
God, that's
Fucking dead.
All right, who's your number one all time?
If my number 2 was the person who gave life to it, my number 1 has to go to the person that honestly fucking saved it from dying badly. That's Stone Cold.
Okay.
They had nothing going on with them at that point. Think about it. WCW was starting to take over.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting big. And all of a sudden you find some fucking guy, Stone Cold, everybody fucking likes him. The guy he's hot fire. He's hot fire, works great matches, has great fucking promos. And he's got his fucking the best finisher in the game up to that point.
Today.
Stone Cold Stunner. Kevin Owens used it now too.
It's a good nod right there. I like it better than Houston's list.
Both two different lists, but
Well, let's hear your fucking list.
My list is the correct list.
all right, Pat. Let's hear your list.
Like always. my
It's
list
okay to
is
have
the
wrong
correct
opinions.
list. No, not when it comes to wrestling. I'm never wrong, unless you're from woke culture or you're from
Fuck, you listen to Wall Culture too?
yeah. Well,
Boggers.
I stopped after Adam Blampied left.
That's fair. That's fair.
After he left, I stopped watching.
and by this, we're talking about like WWE,
WWE guys,
WWF, all those guys.
all those guys only.
Okay,
I'm a
top,
little-
top 5.
Top 5.
Go.
Starting at number 5 is Triple H. I mean, I'm lying to you. I have the wrong list. 5 is Shawn Michaels. 5. To go back to your list, Houston, I can't imagine a world where you would put Triple H over Shawn Michaels, because when it came to just straight in-ring performance, whatever Shawn Michaels does in the ring keeps him head and shoulders over Triple H. Regardless of what Triple H did for the company or what he's continuing doing to this day. Like, I do all my lists based on, okay, like, they're kind of even out, like, in terms of what Triple H does for the company now and in terms of what Shawn Michaels does in the ring. That evens out because they're both greater at that than each other. I put them on the wall. And I just do it, who am I going to take over who? I'm not going to pick Triple H over Shawn Michaels. Because 1998... Shawn Michaels, when he's in his prime, is the best in-ring performer that ever lived.
All right.
So that's just how I do my criteria for my list.
Do you, is that your favorite one?
No.
Because don't you feel as though, is that your favorite Shawn Michaels, the 1998 one? Because I feel like around the beginning of his career, he was a lot more green and he used to oversell quite a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did, but like
That was the era, though.
but if
a
you
lot
use that was the era.
a lot more people oversold him that time.
But in the totality of his career, is just Shawn Michaels was like that's the guy right there, you know.
By the way, Mario, overselling means like if somebody's like let's say me and Pat are gonna have a match out there, and like let's just say I go and do a suplex on him. If he oversells, I'm gonna do a suplex on him. He's gonna do like 3 backflips after it.
The only person that's legitimately allowed to oversell is The Rock when he's getting stunners on him.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, the only
Like
person
oversold, I thought you meant like
they're overselling the
money-wise or
move.
something.
No, they're overselling the
When you
move.
sell a move.
4, Hulk Hogan.
okay, I like your list.
Yeah, It started it off. You know, was the man. Helped Vince just put a monopoly on wrestling. He ended what's the word for it? The territory era, the era where wrestling was in territories.
Era?
Yeah,
Oh, and then
prior
brought it together, yeah.
Vince brought it together. He was the first one to nationalize wrestling, to where it was the same group of wrestlers and the same storylines.
Yeah, back then,
And-
like if you were big, like the biggest you could get would only be Biggie regional.
Depending on what era like where you were, what territory you're in.
Yeah.
Not necessarily where you live, but what territory you're in. So if you were like the guy in say Memphis, with Jerry Lawler, if you went out to New York, you pretty much start all over because you might be big over there, but this is New York. Like you might not be able to do that here.
Oh, so it wasn't like
Yeah. It was
It
more.
wasn't like you're a big hero, so you're gonna be big hero. It's
No.
just you have to earn the right.
The
to be
fans
big
there.
Here.
Yeah.
Like colonized,
Mhm.
And when did that change?
When Vince
and Hulk Hogan.
and Hulk Hogan just kind of like took everything
like,
over. Vince like
Meshed everything together.
Vince pretty much did what WCW did, and he was just like, "Oh, like you work for that territory, come work for us."
But he did it the right
But
way.
he did it not necessarily. He did it the exact same way.
Not with WCW.
He overpaid for territory stars to come wrestle for his promotion, which was WCW did. The only difference is
He used them though.
Yeah.
WCW did too, but WCW didn't create new stars, because if they created new stars, then we're not having this discussion right now.
We're having a WCW.
We're having a WCW discussion because they won the war, because they were never able to develop new stars,
Nope.
which is important, because yeah, these guys are gonna take care of you now, but what's gonna get you down the road in 10 years? You need to start creating your guys while you still have those guys on the top.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
So Hulk Hogan, you have to put him there because he was a flag bearer, and the John Cena before John Cena is just John Cena. I think main evented more WrestleManias than Hulk Hogan,
Mhm.
but still Hogan 4.
Yep. Number 3.
The Rock, in terms of mic skills, second to no one.
Mhm.
Is that true, Omar?
Yeah.
Best responder,
Mhm.
best organic, no script, boom, just click.
There's a reason why he's like the first one to break it into Hollywood.
And he's literally at the top of Hollywood right now.
Who's John Cena before John Cena?
He's just better.
John Cena couldn't even break to Hollywood at that level.
Yeah.
Still can't.
Still trying.
Still trying.
Batista's trying to go there too.
He's doing alright for himself though. But in terms of just The Rock, that's just, second to Austin and Attitude Era. Some people have him one, but I just think.
Would you get mad if he was someone's one?
I mean, I get it. I just can't see. I can't picture. Oh, I'll get to it. We'll get to that. So I have him 3. I have Ric Flair at 2, because in terms of just
No Undertaker?
no,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's criminal.
Ric Flair
Not-
is your 5th, right, Omar?
Yeah, he's
I
my
have Ric Flair at 2 just for just the wrestling lore, in terms of backstage politics, the championships, accolades, the mic work, the actual wrestling. Guys, just workhorse 2, legitimate 2. A lot of people's number 1.
Was he in Hulk Hogan's era?
Yeah,
Or kind of.
the thing is, people wanted them to wrestle, but in their primes. They ended up wrestling, but they're already past their primes. It wasn't the same.
Mhm.
It was like seeing like if you always wanted to see like a Kobe and LeBron final,
Yeah.
but say if like they both played, but like they weren't the stars of their team anymore. Like they were kind of older, it wasn't the same. They weren't in their primes. They wanted to see 80s Hogan just at the peak of his powers versus Ric Flair like in the 80s when he was with AWA and all that.
Mhm.
So Ric Flair is older than Hulk?
They're about the same age.
He just wrestles in 2 different...
They wrestled in the same era. It's just they wrestled in 2 different promotions.
Yeah.
So until Vince bought it,
They met at one.
Best way to put it, so we gotta go back to basketball pre-merger. It'd be like how Dr. J was with the ABA, and it's just like, oh well, he can't do that on Kareem, because they're in 2 different like leagues. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like they're at the top of one, and it's just you wanted to see that. That's just something you wanted to see.
Mhm.
We didn't get it till later though. Number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Easy, should be number 1 in everyone's list.
He is.
In terms of like when I mean white hot, like this guy was white hot. There was no one who was as hot as Austin ever. This guy was the top of the promotion, top of the company. There was no one who ever reached that level. Not even The Rock, not even Hogan, because what Hogan and John Cena did, they did in like a decade. Austin's career at the top was relatively short, mainly because the neck injury took him out. But this guy could do no wrong. His pops were monstrous. Anything he did was just straight ratings, mic skills, wrestling.
you have him as
skills.
number 1 too, right, Omar? Okay.
This guy was just obviously my personal hero and all that. So
Your personal one is the number 1.
he's legit though. Like
It's like Michael Jordan.
he's Michael Jordan.
Okay.
more or less. He might not say that himself, but like,
But how long was his career though?
if you want to go to the totality of his wrestling career, I believe
Yeah.
it's stretched up to like 20, 25 years. But in terms of being at the top, he's probably at the top for like 5 years, 4 years.
So those 5 years are unmatched though?
Unmatched.
So
It'd be like prime Shaq for those 3-year stretch. So this guy was just second in that.
Already. So two Stone Colds and number 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Triple H won.
Well, I don't really have an input because I don't watch, wrestling.
Mm.
But I think The Rock was number 1.
Is
Stone
it
Cold
because
number 2. Matt Hardy number 3. No, I'm just fucking dude. I don't know anything, so I can't really rank.
Alright.
But anyways, I will do some trivia.
Mhm.
Quick 5 questions. See if you guys.
Gotcha.
Which superstar's entrance music contained the lyrics, "They broke the mold when they made me"? Shawn Michaels, Billy Gunn, Mr. Perfect, or Dolph Ziggler? They broke the mold when they made me in their entrance music.
What was the third answer?
Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, Billy Gunn, or Mr. Perfect?
I'm gonna go with Dolph.
I was gonna go with Dolph too.
Dolph Ziggler.
The answer is Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, because I don't remember Mr. Perfect having
Does it
lyrics
say-
to his music.
Does it say which one? Is
Shawn
it
Michaels' lyrics repeats.
Was it Perfection or Here to Show the World?
I don't know which song. it is.
Doesn't show.
Damn, no worries.
Alright. Which of the following championships has John Cena never held?
Oh, I already know.
The Intercontinental Championship?
It's that one.
It's that one?
It's
Yeah,
literally that
Intercon
one.
now.
That's the only thing stopping him from being a Grand Slam.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
right.
You're right. That is Edge and Christian's famous 5-second poses were, according to them, for the benefit of those with cheap seats, video cameras, flash photography, or short attention spans.
Flash photography.
Is that you picked that too, Omar?
Yeah.
Damn, you guys know this. What the fuck?
Mhm.
Flash photography. Number 4. True or false? At 25 years, 1 month, 13 days old, Yokozuna became the youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Actually, I do remember that being a fact. That should be true.
I think that's true.
Mhm.
Who's Yokozuna?
He's like
It's The Rock's cousin.
Yeah, he's one of
He's
the,
like the sumo
he's one of the
wrestler,
Samoan guys.
Is Rikishi better?
Not career wise.
No.
Uh,
They're both in the Hall of Fame now, so.
Yeah.
the answer is false. You were all
False?
wrong.
He was younger than that, huh?
No,
He's older?
the distinction belongs to Brock Lesnar.
Ah, you're right. Oh, I forgot that 2-year stretch that he had.
Damn, you guys are dumb.
I could have swore it was Yokozuna.
Alright, last question.
No, you're right. He was before, though, wasn't he?
Alright.
Pretty sure it was before Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Which superstar did Shawn Michaels not partner to capture? I think this is easy. Even I know this. Capture the WWE World Tag Team Championship.
Okay.
D. Triple H. B. John Cena. A. Diesel. Or C. Marty Jannetty.
Say this again?
Mario Jannetty.
Oh, they never won
Which
As the
superstar
Rockers?
did Shawn Michaels not partner with?
to win the championship.
I think it's Mario Jannetty.
Say the list again?
Diesel, John
Okay.
Cena, Marty
I did.
Jannetty, or Triple H?
It has to be Marty Jannetty.
Mm-hmm.
Marty Jannetty?
Yeah.
It is Marty Jannetty.
Yeah, you're right, Justin.
All right, so you guys went 4 for 5.
More
This
questions.
trivia. Maybe part 2, some future podcast.
With a better list.
Maybe you guys can.
Your list was fucking wrong, Houston.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard a list so wrong in my life.
Let's talk about pay-per-views next time. Best pay-per-view.
We do that.
Pay-per-view?
Yeah, and best Royal Rumble winner. Chris Benoit.
Alrighty,
Chris
well,
Benoit.
yeah, that pretty much wraps up episode.
I don't know about that. Undertaker No 7 was pretty nice.
I'm sorry, did he win at number 1?
No.
There you go.
What about Stone Cold 3-time winner?
Did he win at number 1?
I think 1 year he went at number 1.
The Rock did.
Best mid card in WrestleManias.
This big card WrestleMania.
TLC match.
Matt Hardy.
Money in the Bank. With Jeff Hardy driving on Edge.
There was a Hardy in there.
Matt Hardy was also in that one. He told Jeff to jump off too.
Okay, guys, that wraps up another episode of the Catapat Podcast.
Cool.
Alright, guys, signing off.
Hope y'all liked it.
Follow me on Twitter, I guess.
At
Judge.
No, actually follow me on Twitch, Kim Miyazaki.